I feel like a lot of people want to start things. They want to start businesses. They want to start hobbies or side projects or side hustles, like you said, and they're just afraid, number one, of what people will think. And that's just, living for other people and not yourself. So don't be afraid of what somebody's going to think. And number two, don't be afraid to fail. Welcome back to Adventures from the Homefront. I am Jessica. We have our lovely guest host Alyssa here today from Puptown Cakery. We have Kate and Olivia, and today we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship and being an entrepreneur and a military spouse. So before we get into our topic, I think we've got some really good information for you guys today, but I want to get to know a little bit more about Miss Alyssa over here. So, Alyssa, can you tell us what branch of the military your husband's in?
So he's in the Navy. He's been in for 6 going on 7 years.
Okay. And how long of that time were you guys together?
We've been together for 10 going on 11 years, so all of it.
Okay. So you guys were together before he joined?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Me too. Samesies. Same. Yep. Very cool. Well, let's just dive into the subject today. Tell us a little bit about your experience becoming an entrepreneur in this crazy military spouse life. How did you get started? What's your business all about? Give us the 1011, 411.
Give us the details.
Give us all the details. We want to know.
So I actually used to manage a dog store where I lived in Florida. I did that for 4 years. It's like a higher end. We did dog grooming, and then I learned how to decorate cakes and treats there. And then when I moved up here, it was like a couple of years after I moved up here, I realized that there wasn't anything really like that up here. There's like one other one that I know of. And all my friends back home were like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? So I decided to do it, and so it's been open for 2 years now, a little bit over 2 years, and it's just kind of been like my side hustle basically, because it's been while I've been in school, I've had a job. I have a job now, like I call it like my adult job, and then my fun job.
Yeah, I love that.
And that's what I do. I have a bunch of dogs. Just so you guys know, I have 4 dogs.
And they're really cute. We got to see pictures.
I
super cute.
Kind of love dogs, so I love it when I get to like meet other people's dogs, when they send me all the pictures of their dogs.
I'll show you pictures of my dog all day long.
Yeah.
So my dog Pepper, you've probably heard her barking in these episodes, but she doesn't like anybody. And Alyssa walks in the door. I think she barked one time. And then she hopped up on the couch and was like, pet me, love me, be my person.
That's probably because she smells like dog food.
I feel like I always smell like dog having 4 dogs. So that's why I think just like people are like, why does my dog like you? I'm like, I don't know. It's the treats or the dogs.
The dogs, your personality. It's just a mixture of all
good
of
judge of character, right?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I love that you saw, you had something that you love doing that you're passionate about, and you saw that wasn't something that was being met. Those needs weren't something being met in the area, and you're like, well, I'm just gonna do it. I love it. Why not? That's the best way to start a business, probably.
Absolutely.
And something that you love doing. So, very cool. What advice would you give for other military spouses looking to become entrepreneurs? I know, Olivia, you could probably speak to this too, because as a hairstylist, you're kind of running your own business.
It's like half working for somebody else, half running your own business. It's a lot of like building your clientele and really going and finding people that you want to work with and that want to work with you and you're excited about, which I know I told you guys earlier, like it's really hard when you're moving. Like I was so excited when my husband initially was like getting the information about where we'd be, because we're going to be 4 years in the same spot, which is going to be great because I could build up. It typically in the beauty industry takes honestly 3 to 4 years to build a decent clientele where you're able to move and work. So I was like, okay, that'll be good. Like I'll be able to get down there, get a clientele building. And I am such like to have that the entrepreneurial spirit. I'm like, I want to be my own boss, like yada yada yada, which is why I love my industry, because I'm able to kind of do that while still having the security of working under somebody else. But it's been very difficult because we're now got the news that it's going to be 2 years, and 2 years split up in 2 different states, and it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, there goes like build a clientele, start getting comfortable here, and we're going to be gone again. But best advice for it is don't sell yourself short. That was something that I had to learn. Before we moved down here, I kind of was like looking for a job and sold myself short. And I was like, I don't want to go work at a salon I want to work at. I want to work at a salon where I'm okay to be there. I'm comfortable. Like, I can bring in my people and be happy doing my people, but I don't necessarily want to build up a clientele and then leave. When I moved down here, I was like, I'm not doing that again, because I ended up being there double the time that I thought it was going to be. So don't sell yourself short. Go for your dream job. Like, whether it be entrepreneur, whether it be whatever, do your dream. Like, it's not worth sitting and being stagnant for however long you're supposed to be there to then be there for 2 years or 4 years or whatever. Like, when I moved down here, I was like, I'm not settling on a salon. I'm going to go to the best salon that I can find. And I love my job and love my coworkers and love my boss, and it's great, and I'm building. And
And that being said, don't always go after what's going to make you the most money, because that doesn't always make you happy. Like you said, you love what you do, and that's why you do it. You love being around dogs and animals and baking these treats, and that's something that led you down this passion. And if you're passionate about it, then it's going to be easy for you to keep at it. And on that side too, like when we all started this channel, you know, it's not like it's making us any money, but I feel like a lot of people want to start things. They want to start businesses. They want to start hobbies or side projects or side hustles, like you said, and they're just afraid, number one, of what people will think. And that's just, you know, living for other people and not yourself. So don't be afraid of what somebody's going to think. And number two, you know, don't be afraid to fail.
oh yeah,
Because in any successful business or anything like that, there's going to be failures along the way. I'm sure when you first got started, you know, there was tons of times probably where you had to figure out the recipes and something went wrong or something burned or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I still mess up. Like I have, you know, cookies that bubble up. I have cookies that I started dehydrating my treats so that they last longer and they're all natural. And I have treats that like I had to figure out, I'm like, how do I work this dehydrator? I don't know. There's not a instruction manual for dog cookies in there. And so I had to figure that out. I over dry them occasionally, and then I have to make whole new batches. Those are the batches my dogs get. But I mean, you just go for it. Like when I opened up Puptown, I had no idea, you know, that people would even want to have a dog cake up in this area, or dog treats that are like more like fancy type dog
They're
treats.
beautiful. We'll have some pictures down in the description below and everything.
Yeah.
But you're very talented.
Thank you.
I was just looking at some of them. They're, you know, you could do a theme for your dog's birthday and stuff like that. And there was like a mermaid theme with like these mermaid tail cookies with like really intricate scales with all the different colors on them.
Yeah,
It was
I've
really
done
cool.
a dino theme.
Yeah.
So I can pretty much I tell people like I can do whatever you want. It's trial and error for me. Like I'm not super artistic or anything, so I feel like I can't draw at all.
You wouldn't be able to tell from looking at what you do, though. You're artistic. That takes a lot of creativity to be able to do what
like,
you do.
I don't know, like a drawer or painter or anything, but somehow it translates over into dog icing.
There you go.
I don't know.
oh my
I
goodness.
think going back to what we were saying before, like I think this is also great because, you know, having your own business or even just getting out there and doing what you love, in the military world, it kind of gives you your own independence. And like, so you're not feeling, you know, dependent on your significant other, you know. You're able to get out, be free when you're, you know, being forced to move to, you know, all around the world, and it's just really nice, I think.
Gives you your own identity.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Your own identity. And the ability to pick it up and take it with you when you leave, instead of just saying bye job and having to look for a whole new job in a new city. You just pick it up and bring it with you. And I mean, some businesses are easier to do that than others, probably, I would say, but that's an option if that's the type of business that you want to start.
Make a Facebook page so that everybody can give you really good reviews and they can see how good you are at what you do, and like, oh yeah, you know, especially if you're moving to military bases. Like a lot of my clientele happen to be military spouses, and I just get out really by word of mouth. Like I don't advertise or anything because it's like something that I do on the side, and so I don't, right now I'm like, oh, don't let it get too big, because I was in school and I had a job and I have a job now, and so word of mouth, military spouses, I would say, are like really good to have on your side. Everybody talks to each other a lot. Even if you don't know somebody, there's a good chance they know somebody that you know, and it just kind of goes down the line. So have a Facebook page, get out there, do it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What would you say are some challenges that you've had to overcome throughout the process of building your business?
First one was just probably getting the word out there. I wasn't really sure what to do, and time management. I wasn't sure, like, okay, if I'm gonna have time for this. One of my biggest things now is that I work part-time and my schedule is like really crazy, so I always have to tell people, oh, I'm sorry, can you pick it up in the evening? I just found out, you know, they just asked me to work today. So there's that, planning, that kind of stuff. The other big thing is I really want to open a store at some point, and it's kind of beyond just the Puptown Cakery. Like I have this whole huge idea, and I'm like, do I want to open it up in Virginia, or do I want to like move back home and open it up there, and then just like have my husband geo-batch and like see him every once in a while? What am I gonna do? He's supportive either way. So,
and where's home? How far away would that be for you?
Home for us is Florida.
Okay.
So that's where all of our family are. It's where we both grew up. So.
Well, that wouldn't be too bad because there's a huge military base down there, so maybe he'd get transferred down there in a couple years. No chance? Oh, no.
No, but I know the area. Like I grew up in different parts of Florida. Like I love it. He loves it. Eventually, like whether he gets out, whether he re-enlists, whether he does 20 years, our plan is to eventually go back to Florida. So it would just be like buying our dream home down there, and then just me living in it, and then him just coming to visit.
Yeah.
So
vice versa.
Yeah, and then
a lot of people do that.
Yeah, building Puptown, because one thing too to look in when you're trying to open up your own business is look at the laws of this of the state that you live in, because whatever you do, like Virginia is a lot stricter than Florida is too. So look at that. Like,
well, especially with anything that's edible, right? Even with the dog side, I'm sure there's like laws and stuff that you have to abide by and follow.
Yeah, there is, and so I mean, they both have like similar laws. It's just like Virginia has more fees. You know, Virginia.
Yeah. Well, Florida's nice with the no state income tax.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely states that are more business friendly for opening businesses and for entrepreneurs in terms of like your taxes and how much of that money you actually get to keep at the end of the day. So
the big pro for me, at least, is that we were just talking about this the other day, is that like what I want to do for a store, there's not anything like that around here. So I'm like, oh, should I just bite the bullet and do it? And then, I guess I'm going to be stuck in Virginia, or...
Well, and what's saying, though, that like you're not going to find somebody like you that finds that passion by working in that environment. And then, like, you end up, like, moving in a couple of years. There's nothing, you can't, like, you can sell the store to somebody else. And then
or keep the store. Keep the store and open up another location in Florida when you guys decide to get out, or he decides to get out, or whatever.
Big dreams. Big dreams.
That's the thing. You have to be a dreamer.
If you want to be with this group, you have to be a dreamer.
Yep, we're all big dreamers over here, but
constantly talking each other off of
seriously, like last night I'm like, oh gosh, I can't sleep, because I was just thinking about like these different buildings that I saw the other day, and like the different areas. I'm like, okay, like this is perfect.
I think you should do it. I was scrolling through how many like clients you've had, and you definitely have the clientele to support a shop. You should just go for it.
Everybody loves their dogs down here.
Yeah.
People love their dogs more than they love their
Everywhere.
kids. Let's be honest.
My dog is my kid.
So
Yeah, my dog would be very happy because she'd be like, finally, mom's not slacking on my treats.
yeah, yeah, that's really cool.
And I'm always looking at, because having a new puppy, I'm like, I don't want to give you anything that's gonna hurt your tummy. Like, always looking for those good, wholesome treats that aren't gonna
So
be
true.
like processed.
Yes.
My puppy is like that too. Like everything that you give her, usually it gives her diarrhea. So like my treats have been fine so far. Any of the ones that I've made, so I'm like, oh, thank God.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, last question. What would you say is the best way to promote your business as an entrepreneur or as a military spouse who maybe doesn't have a lot of the financial resources, you know, they're bootstrapping like you are, where they're working their 9 to 5 and this is their side hustle, so they're dealing with a time crunch and the money, and so how would you say like the best way to start advertising, getting the word out there would be?
I would say social media. It's free. You know, there's so many groups where you can advertise. There are, you know, you can make your page for free. You can make an Instagram for free. You can make a Twitter if you want to do that. You can do a blog for free.
A YouTube,
That's right,
a YouTube channel.
for free.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that you can do for free. Like I've never paid for advertising, well, unless you count business cards. So that's like the one thing that I've paid for. And everything else is just word of mouth and occasionally, like one time Facebook gave me a hey $10 credit to make an ad, so I used that. I was like, oh, this is cool. But I would say take advantage of the free things that you have, and because there's a lot of them out there. And then just don't be afraid to talk about your business. Another thing that I keep meaning to do is like put a little bumper sticker on the back of my car. But I keep forgetting. I don't know if you do that for your hair business. Like if you have like a hair buy.
No, not on my car, because my car's all plastic. But I do. Like I'll hand out business cards like when I go to a restaurant and I see like the waitress has like really pretty hair. I'll put like with like her tip money, I'll put it like in the little sleeve, or I've handed it out like to cashiers at grocery stores, like those people that like you see all the time and other people will compliment on their hair or whatever. Yeah, but like little things like that, like really getting out there in the community and just like talking to people and building relationships.
My sister wants to start a brewery, and they have little stickers, and everywhere they go, there will be a sticker. So like we were just in Knoxville a couple weeks ago, and there was like this really cool alleyway with all this artwork. And I wish I would have Puptown stickers because I could have done this too, but there's a sticker there with their brewery on it. So
that's really cool. So entrepreneurship runs in your family.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My mom has her own businesses, my sister, me, my dad, so
that's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you said you also do events in the community is a big way that you get the word out there too, right?
Yep. So one of them that I go to all the time is Rolling on the River. It's in South Norfolk. It's a local event. It's just a bunch of food trucks, and then they have a DJ that comes out. They have outdoor games. It's at Elizabeth River Park the 2nd and 4th Thursday of every month throughout the summer. I think it might go until September. And they just let me come out there and hang out because that's kind of like the area that I live in. And I knew some of the people. It's the South Norfolk Civic League and Chesapeake Parks and Recreation. Shout out to them. So
awesome.
They're the ones that put it on.
Yeah, we were just talking. We have to go because that sounds like so much fun. And bring our pups and get some treats.
I go to a couple other ones. Coming up in like October, there's like a Pets and Pumpkins one at a brewery out in Hampton. That one's really nice. It's on like Fort Monroe, so it's like nice beachy out there.
Yeah.
There's one in December that has that date yet. So there's definitely a bunch of events that you can go to, and some of them, if you're a military spouse, just so you know, they waive the fees. You just have to kind of put it out there and ask, like, hey, do you guys do this? Some of them will put it out there for you that, hey, we do waive the fees. So there's definitely a lot of things that you can do.
That's really cool. Love it. And we're going to be at Millspouse Fest on Wednesday.
Last Wednesday when this video is posted.
Oh, yeah.
Aww.
Well, tune in next week to see how it goes then.
Oh my goodness.
for the recap.
Are you guys gonna do any kind of like video while you're there so you can kind of
We'll probably
patch
film a
it
little
in?
bit.
Do
Yeah,
some vlogging and
I think so.
yeah.
some Facebook Live?
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
That's what I usually do when I'm at an event. Like sometimes I'll do a Facebook Live video, but then I look at myself afterwards and I'm like, oh god, terrible with your sweaty face and your messy butt.
But that's how you know you're having fun.
Yeah.
I know,
Is when the makeup's halfway down your face and your hair's bigger than your attitude right there.
Yeah.
I feel like we're so comfortable here in front of the camera because we have the power to go back and edit it, but the Facebook Lives are scary because it's like, whoop.
We did the one and it was, we had to make sure I didn't start it at the,
Yeah, it was,
it can get tricky. Because it was, yeah.
yep.
Oh yeah, I've done it too. With the Square plugged in, and then just so if anybody uses Square, just so you know, when it's plugged in the video, it just makes a.
Oh, good
Because
to
it's in the
know.
audio jack.
Yes.
It's in the audio
So
portion of it.
I was like, why is there no? It took me a couple tries to figure that one out, but
That is some great advice because we're going to be having a square at the
Yeah.
event, so
so
we'll have
take
to keep
it
that in
out
mind.
of your phone.
Yeah,
before
take it out.
you record video.
Perfect. All right, Alyssa. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you,
We loved
guys.
having you. We loved hearing all about your business, and it's called Puptown Cakery. We'll have all of the links down in the description below, as well as probably the links to the event on Thursday. What is it called again?
It's called Rolling on the River.
Rolling on the River. So we'll have that all down below in case you're local. Make sure to go check her out. Make sure to give her some love and some support. Make sure to go check her out, give her some love, give her some support, and get your pups some yummy, yummy treats from her.
And birthday cakes.
And birthday
Yeah.
cake.
I'm
Oh
already
my
planning
goodness.
Asher's birthday and it's like a year away.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.